Okay, sorry about that. I've got to start again. These have to be recorded. We okay? All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's hearing. I would like to call this meeting to order. I'm Paul Smedberg, First Vice Chair of the WMATA Board of Directors, and I represent the Commonwealth of Virginia, and I want to welcome you again to this public hearing. Before we go further, I want to recognize a few officials who are with us here tonight. Ms. Robin Melhaney-Smith with Arlington County, in the back there, taking copious notes, I'm sure. Also with me tonight is Jennifer Ellison, Board Corporate Secretary for WMATA, John Pasick, Deputy Board Secretary, Alan Watson, Metro's Director, Capital Improvement Programs. Morning, Alan, nice seeing you. And Elvio Caparucio, Senior Capital Program Manager, and Elvio will give tonight's staff presentation. This hearing is convened by the Metro Board of Directors to gather public comments on docket R24-01, the proposed west entrance to the Ballston Marymount University Metro Rail Station. The agenda for tonight's hearing is shown on the screen. Notice of this hearing was made by publication in the Washington Post, along with ads on social media and in-person outreach events. Information, including the notice of public hearing, the environmental report, and the general plans are available at the WMATA offices and posted at wmata.com/plans and projects. Additional information can also be found at the Arlington County Project website. The purpose of the hearing tonight is to gather comments on the proposed west entrance to the Ballston Marymount University Metro Rail Station. Briefly, I will cover the procedures that we will follow during the hearing. First, we'll hear from those who have signed up in advance to provide testimony. For those of you who have not signed up in advance but wish to provide testimony, you have two options. If you're here in person, please see staff at the registration desk to add your name to the list of speakers. Or if you're watching online, you can provide testimony via phone. Please call 1-206-899-2028, 206-899-2028, and enter the meeting code 675-991-902 hashtag 675-991-902 hashtag to listen into the meeting. If you wish to speak, press *5, which will tell us that you would like to provide some testimony, and we'll call you on the last 4 digits of your phone number. Elected officials will be allowed 5 minutes. Everyone else will be allowed 3 minutes each. Each time will be given, extra time will be given for translation if it is needed. There is a timer here who will count down how much time you have left to speak. We will give you a 20-minute or 20-second warning with a little beep, and that beep will be continuous when your time is up. I want to take a moment to recognize that this is where we listen to you. This is your opportunity to comment on the proposal, and we are here to listen. We will not be able to answer questions during your testimony. If you have questions, those of you who present at the hearing can talk to staff at the open house or review materials online, again at wmata.com/plans and projects. Before we begin with the remarks tonight, I would like you to please clearly state your name and if you represent any organization. Please note that all statements, including any personal information such as name, email addresses, phone numbers, actual street address you provide in the statement are releasable to the public upon request and may be posted on the WMATA website without change, including any personal information you provide. Further testimony may be submitted and must be received by 5 p.m. on Friday, December 20th. This testimony should be submitted online at wamata.com/plans and projects, or mailed to the WMATA Board Corporate Secretary at SECTE2, Washington Metropolitan Area Transit Authority, P.O. Box 44390, Washington, D.C. 20026-4390. If you have any questions about the different ways in which to participate or provide testimony, please contact the Metro staff. Your comments will become part of the public record, and they will be reviewed by the Metro Board of Directors. Changes to the options presented here tonight may be proposed in response to testimony received and subsequent staff analysis. And again, the public comment period will close on December 20th. Now I'll call on Mr. Caparucio, I hope I got that right, Elvia, to proceed with the staff presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Spedberg. WMATA proposes to construct a west entrance to the Ballston Marymount University Metro Rail Station in Arlington County, Virginia. The second entrance would create a multimodal hub, shorten commutes, relieve future congestion, and support ADA accessibility. The new entrance would be located at the southwest and southeast corners of Fairfax Drive and North Vermont Street. It would include a stair and elevator as shown here. Within the station, the project would involve construction of a new mezzanine, indicated by the blue circle and arrows. Stair and elevator entrance facilities, indicated by the red circles, and mezzanine elevator facilities, indicated by the green circles. This is a rendering of the station layout showing the locations of the new stairs, new elevators, and new mezzanines with fare gates, and a pedestrian passageway to the station platform. This slide shows 4 renderings of the new proposed west entrance: a street view on Fairfax Avenue, views of the elevators and stair access at the street level, and the proposed entrance mezzanine with new station fare gates. Arlington County is preparing permits and providing funding for the proposed project on behalf of WMATA, who will be implementing the development of the west entrance. Arlington County has engaged WMATA for support services. Other partners include the Northern Virginia Transportation Authority, Northern Virginia Transportation Commission, and the Virginia Department of Rail and Public Transportation. Working with its partners, Arlington County will be responsible for project financing. An environmental report for the project has been prepared and is available for review online. There will be moderate impacts during construction. These impacts include changes to traffic patterns, air quality, and noise. This concludes the staff presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Caparucio. Now it's time to call on our first witness. As a reminder, public officials, and I don't see any here in the audience this evening, would have received 5 minutes, and all others are given 3 minutes. Again, if you're watching online, you can provide testimony via phone. Please call 206-899-2028 and enter the meeting code 675-991 902 hashtag to listen in to the meeting. If you wish to speak, please press *5, which will let us know that you'd like to provide testimony. We'll call you by the last four digits of your, call on you on your last four digits of your phone number. So now we do have, thus far, we have one virtual, and we'll turn to that person first. Mr. Steven Skippin? Oh, you're here in person. They said you were virtual. Please, step up to the podium.
Yeah, thanks for having us here today. My name is Stephen Skippin. I represent a company called Skanska. We have a development property at 3901 North Fairfax Drive. We're a big proponent of this project, and we hope that it moves forward. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Skippin. Next, Mr. Henry McFarland, followed by Ryan Arnold. Mr. McFarland.
Thank you. My name is Henry McFarland. I am president of the Bluemont Civic Association. Our association, which represents the interests of citizens living west of the Ballston Metro Station, strongly supports the proposed west entrance. We have been asking for this entrance as far back as our 2010 Neighborhood Conservation Plan. The new entrance is particularly important because of the significant changes in the Ballston area since the station was opened in 1979. Hundreds of apartments and a number of other new homes have been built in the area west of the station since then. The development will continue. We are currently aware of 3 new apartment buildings being planned for the area, and those projects combine for over 1,000 apartments. The new entrance would bring many benefits that would help our community deal with this growth. It would make walking to Metro much more convenient for the increasing number of people living to the west of the station, because it would be nearly a quarter mile to the west of the existing entrance. By shortening the walk to the station, the new entrance would encourage Metro use, which in turn would benefit the system financially and reduce traffic congestion and pollution. The new entrance is important for safety. The methods of evacuating people from the station in an emergency are insufficient given the great increase in station traffic. The added evacuation routes are extremely important. The new entrance will relieve congestion at the current entrance. It will also enhance ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act, accessibility. Prospective Metro riders with mobility issues who would find it difficult to get the extra distance to the current entrance would be much better served by the new entrance and its 2 ADA-compliant elevators. The new entrance will enable more efficient passenger spacing inside trains and on the platforms. It will also allow regional I-66 buses to reach Metro more efficiently. That will speed up buses, making bus travel more attractive relative to cars, and again, reducing traffic and encouraging the use of transit. The project will also encourage more transit-oriented development. We do have a reservation on that last point. We believe that prevailing land use and zoning patterns should be maintained in our area, and we don't believe the new entrance should lead to any wholesale changes in zoning in the area west of Glebe Road, an area that has already seen and likely will continue to see a substantial increase in density. Ballston's 1979 station design is no longer sufficient. Because of the introduction of the Silver Line and the growth in the Ballston area, the station's single entrance is over capacity and no longer effectively serves Metro riders' needs. Adding a second entrance will encourage the use of mass transit and improve safety, and we urge you to make this project a high priority. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. McFarland. Mr. Arnold, followed by someone on the phone. Mr. Arnold, you're next.
Hello, very excited to be here to express my strong support for this this idea. It's a long time coming. I know that, I used to go to meetings of the Bluemont Civic Association around 2010, 2011, so I know that, as you just heard, the community has wanted this for a long time. So glad that it's finally coming. Also, anything that we can do to make public transportation, especially high-quality transit like Metro, more accessible to more people is great, especially when we have the climate crisis and everything else that this would help us to solve. So, in summary and conclusion, please make this happen.
Thank you. All right, next we'll turn to phone ending in 4400. Would you please introduce yourself? Someone on the phone ending in 4400? Okay, let's come back to them, and we'll turn to Mr. Matt Saunders.
Continuing the theme, I'm also a resident of the Bluemont neighborhood and moved there recently, but I'm super excited about this metro station. I walk by the spot it would be at every day, and I've pointed at that to my wife and said this would be, if there was a metro station here, that would complete my life. So this is great. I, like mentioned, that side of, like, I think before I moved there, I hadn't realized how connected that is, especially for pedestrian traffic. So I think it's really going to improve stuff there. One comment I have is that the trail connecting Ballston to Bluemont, I hope that in the future, this would help improvement on that trail and maybe lighting, I don't know, but just excited for this for all the reasons listed. So thank you.
Great. Thank you. Wow. Arlington County and WMATA, changing lives. There we go. All right. John, should we try the phone again or no? Okay. Next, Mr. John Musso, followed by Ryan Gavin. Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. I'm John Musso, Government Affairs Manager at the Arlington County Chamber of Commerce, and I'd like to say a few words of support for this project on behalf of the Arlington Chamber. The metro is a crucial part of the economy and what makes the Ballston neighborhood economically attractive for many businesses who are currently here and those that are considering to locate and relocate to Arlington. And we believe that this additional entrance close to Glebe Road and all of the restaurants, retail, and other businesses on that side of the corridor, this would be a tremendous benefit both to them currently and to all businesses that could potentially be there in the future. So we strongly support this proposal. Thank you.
Thank you. Ryan Gavin, followed by John Carson.
Hello, my name is Ryan Gavin. I'm here representing the Continental Condominium, which is part of the Arlington Gateway project, immediately adjacent to the site of the proposed metro entrance. We are really excited for this project. We have, I think, our full support to make this happen. Of course, it is highly convenient for us, but as well, the streetscape along Fairfax Drive in this part of Ballston is rather desolate, sad, etc., needs a lot of zhuzhing up, and we think that the metro entrance, along with the development in the area, is the perfect thing to help things. Obviously, we are concerned about the impact to the 400 plus units and the residents of their daily life, given that North Vermont Street, smack dab in between your stairs and your elevator, is the main thoroughfare for any extent to our property. Improving, yes, exactly. So zhuzhing up this meeting a little bit with some tunes. But no, so the North Vermont Street, obviously very impactful to this project, very impactful to our lives, also as part of the Arlington Gateway development, the Arlington Gateway office building, and the Westin. We also know that in the existing 4420 Fairfax Drive building, there is obviously a site plan that's been around for a long time, and there's also a new owner with active development work to try to make that happen. And what we would also love to see is as much coordination as possible, as much synergies as possible with a redevelopment of that office building and the existing metro entrance. They're digging down, you're digging down. There's a lot of opportunity here to decrease the friction for everyone leaving in the immediate area. But otherwise, happy to see it, happy to support in any way that we can. And thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. John Carson, followed by Alex Mendelson.
I'm assuming that's me. My name's actually...
Are you waiting for the music?
Yes. My name is actually John Carden, but that's okay. I'm John Carden with ARIA Development Group. We are the owner and developer of the building at 4420 Fairfax Drive. And a great segue from the prior comments, we'd love to work with WMATA for good synergies during the construction process and planning process of the WMATA tunnel. We are generally very supportive of the new entrance facilities and think this will be a tremendous boon to the Ballston West area, and would love to continue supporting along the way in any way we can. So thank you for making this happen, and we're excited that you guys are fully funded and ready to launch. So thank you.
Great. And we'll make sure we have your name correctly in the record. Okay, Alex, you're closing us out here. Nice to see you again.
Is it on? All right. Hello. My name is Alex Mendelsohn, and I am a commissioner on Arlington County's Transportation Commission, but I'm here representing myself. I am a high school student in Arlington County, and Metrorail is vital for helping me and my peers move around our community. I am speaking today regarding the proposed second entrance at the Ballston MU Metro Station.
Hello. My name is Alex Mendelsohn.
I want to express my general support for the project, as it will increase accessibility by bringing the Metrorail system closer to existing and potential riders.
Go ahead, Alex. You can start again if you'd like.
No, it's totally fine. I'll just restart again from the paragraph. I want to express my general support for the project, as it will increase accessibility to the Metrorail system through bringing it closer to existing and potential riders. It will also improve passenger Test? All right.
Third time's the charm.
It's all good. It will also improve passenger distribution on platforms and aboard trains, which is essential on a Metrorail system where crowding is increasing. Furthermore, I want to applaud the design choice not to use escalators to bring the passenger passageway to the street level, as it will help reduce rising construction costs. Lastly, I would like WMATA to consider how the availability of this second entrance can be used to support optimized bus operations. 2 routes from the Better Bus Network currently will deviate off their main street to go serve the existing Ballston entrance, but could potentially save time in the future by serving this new second entrance instead. That is all, and thank you for the opportunity to speak today.
Great, thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to sign up? John, you have one on the phone? Okay. So Alex, while we're waiting, how are grades going this year? Are they going well?
They're good.
Good, good. Impressive young man, believe me. He was really helpful in the bus redesign. So, yeah.
Junior year's hard, but it's going well.
Well, it's an important year. You got college coming up. So. Oh, I'm getting.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead, sir. Would you please?
Can you hear me? I'm trying to speak.
Yep, we can hear
Hello?
you. And if you would just state your name and for the record.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
I'm trying to speak.
Go ahead, sir.
Can anybody hear me?
We can. We can hear you. You obviously can't hear us.
Okay, when can I speak? Okay, can you hear me at the conference?
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm a resident of the Bluemont neighborhood, and I've lived there since 1997. Around 2003, 2004, when the Continental condominium was built, the Westin Hotel, and the Arlington Gateway office building, we were promised an entrance to the Ballston Metro, and that was literally like 20 years ago. And this project has just kept falling through and falling through and falling through. And it's been a huge disappointment because from the Bluemont neighborhood, the more western parts of the Bluemont neighborhood cannot walk to Metro. It's over a mile. This will bring the station a quarter mile closer, and it will be a big help and bring probably an additional 500 households within walking distance to the Metro. In addition to that, there have not been, I heard somebody mention earlier, there were hundreds of apartments that have been built in the last few years. There are thousands of units that have been built in Ballston over the last 10 years. And having that other entrance will make a huge difference. And I think it'll cut down on the crowding and overcrowding on, in the one entrance that's there at Stewart Street, and will split that volume up to the second entrance. And I think it'll just be a huge improvement for the entire Ballston neighborhood, and everybody who lives in the neighborhoods, not just Bluemont where I live, but other residential neighborhoods west of Glebe Road. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, I think I said it when I was muted. My name is Larry Smith, and I live in the Bluemont neighborhood. I'm also a board member of the Ballston Bid, as a representative from the Bluemont neighborhood to the Ballston Bid. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Is there anyone else, last chance? Would anyone like to say anything here this evening? Anyone online?
Other residential neighborhoods.
Okay. We'll give people online just another 10 seconds. No, John? Okay. After tonight, we'll accept written comments via an online tool or U.S. mail. The public comment period will close again on December 20th. WMATA anticipates issuing a staff report for public comment in January. The project team anticipates the project will be submitted to the WMATA Board of Directors in March. The hearing is now concluded. Thank you and good night.